Hello world and welcome to my channel. This video is about my bucket list trip to the Cape York. Not what I expected. Well, I hope you like this video. If you do, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Cheers. Okay, I'm going to start by saying I didn't make it all the way up to the Cape. There was too many things against me. I got fairly way up to where Bramwell Roadhouse Junction is. It's just too many things against me. First of all, I caught a cold or a bit of a flu before I went and had a cough. Had a cough constantly up there. Secondary, my friend who came with me, he said he wanted to come initially but didn't really want to go up there. He's 82, and he was a bit negative some of the time. He was nice company, but he was just a bit negative. Didn't like the swag and didn't like me doing any four-wheel drive tracks. And I didn't do anything hard. The hardest track I did was a Bloomfield track, and it's virtually a steep road. I'm glad I did that. And thirdly, we were early in the season. Now, initially I thought early in the season would have been maybe too much water around for the tracks, like the Tally track and Frenchman's and things like that. But I knew they did grade it in May. So I thought, oh, well, they're going to have a grade road, it's going to be graded. It should be pretty good. But it's not like that. The road was graded. Sure, it was graded in most sections and pretty good road. The dirt road is almost as good as a bitumen road in most places. A lot of the national park roads were closed because of the wet season they've had. The road, the bypass road from Weipa to the road up to the Cape had a closed sign over the side of it. It wasn't across the road, but it was over the side. So we didn't go that way. That was a shortcut. We took the long way around. It was another 400 kilometres. And we got to the road to the Cape. It had a closed sign on it as well. So it wasn't across the road. It was over to one side. So we went on that road and went up to Bramwell. The road was very wet. Some of the roadhouses didn't have food, especially Bramwell. Bramwell just had pies and sausage rolls. Nothing, wouldn't cook, I think. They had no salads, nothing like that. So they just said we're too early in the season. So I understand what they meant by it. But I got as far as Bramwell. As I said, my mate was negative about it. He really wanted to go back. And it started to rain. And it rained all the way back to Townsville. Also, when we're going up there, we had heard rumours about the Jardine ferry was closed. And closed down by the maritime people, and it wasn't supposed to open up until the 24th. So we had to wait a couple of days, and then the word got out that it was the 29th. I tried ringing up the Bamaga people, but they gave me numbers to ring of people up there, and they wouldn't answer the phone. Probably sick of people ringing them up. That was against us as well. Now it did open up on the 23rd of May, but they had to test the boat and it sank. So it did open up, I think, 2 days later, but there was 100 people, I was told, waiting to go across, and more arriving every day. So that would have been I would have had to cut down the time I was at the Cape. I was hoping to spend 3 days from there on, but I wanted to get back by the virtually the 30th at the most. So I decided to head back. On the way back from Bramwell, we come across a 79 series dual cab, and it was 79 series dual cab, and it was bogged to the eyeballs over one side. It looks like it had slowed down for a gully. There's a lot of washouts across the road and rocks and mud and things like that. Even though it had been a pretty good road, it was still, some sections were bad. It looks like it had hit the brakes, veered off the side, and was bogged. But there's a few people helping, so I didn't stop with that. I don't have a winch. My winch is not hooked up. So I continued down, and on the Weipa to the Cape corner, there was a burnt out car there. The car was totally burnt out. I don't know what it was. Too hard to see, but it looked like it's freshly burnt out on that corner. Yeah, so, but as I said, we went from here to Cairns and up the Bloomfield track to Cooktown, and around the Lionsden, and looked around there for a bit. Lionsden had no milk. They had either almond milk or soy. I said too early in the season again, they said that. So I had to get a coffee made on almond milk. So I went from there to the Hann River. Hann River to the Archer River. Archer River we went to Weipa, and then Weipa to Bramwell, and then Bramwell around a little bit, and then we came back and stopped by Mulgrove Station, where I stopped by the Archer River first to get some fuel. We come back to Mulgrove. I realised I left my phone behind, so I had to go back, and that was a 6-hour journey there and back. And that night we eventually made it back to Hann River. So Hann River we left early in the morning and eventually arrived back home here in Townsville at 6:30 at night. So we drove for just over 12 hours. Now, so the roads are very good, and my 4x4 was fully laden with a lot of gear, probably around about 2,650 kg, just slightly under GVM. Total I travelled is 2,873 kilometres, and I got, if you work it out, 13.43 litres per 100 kilometres. So 13.43 litres per 100 kilometres, which I feel is pretty good. I was in a 4-wheel drive high going up the Bloomfield track, and a lot of places where I was slowing down to first gear and first, second, every washout, and there was a lot of them. You got to take it a bit easy through the washouts with the stones and water, and there's holes in the water and all that. A lot of bull dust up that way. I got stuck behind 3 trucks and dogs, and they're doing 40 kilometres an hour. But a lot of the trucks will, if they know you're there, they'll call you up and let you go past. And I've done that a few times with some of the other trucks. But with those 4 trucks we were following, another car went past us and told us what was in front, and they were stopping anyway, so we went past them then. Now, all in all, it was a good experience. Yeah, I'd do it again. I'd probably go by myself or with somebody else in a convoy, but I wouldn't take somebody with me. I certainly wouldn't take a new car up there. Yeah, stone chips and all that, and yeah, I just would not take a new car up. I just wouldn't go. And as I said, the only hardest track I did was the Bloomfield track, and that was really a very steep road. The clutch got hot a little bit on it, so I backed off and I had it in 4 high, and I drove the whole track and 4 high with a bit of a run up at all these steep inclines, and it went real. But I wouldn't do the Bramwell track a second time. I've done it once and that's enough. So yeah, on a map here, this is the map of where we went. This is the Hann table, and down here, and way up here is Bramwell Junction. So we got there. We're still about another 280 kilometres up to the Cape. But I said that we would have waited another 2 days for the Jardine River ferry to start operating and get the people across, so they were waiting. And I didn't really have the time to wait there, and that meant seeing the tip and running back. Now, I did it. Oh, this keeps going off. Yeah, so yeah, this trip up there, I planned to do it in 15 days. I came back in just on 9 days. Now, I would only wouldn't do it in that short a time. I would say you need at least 2 months to do all the side tracks. Yeah, like Chili Beach, Loyalty Beach, Captain Billy's Landing, and Weipa. Have a good look around Weipa. Cape Melville, and Hopevale, everything like that, and a bit more of a look around Cooktown. So I would probably take it at least a month and a half to do that trip again. You really do need time, and even the people I talk to that live up there say they've never really seen the full Cape. But yeah, I made a bit of a video about it. I got my mate talking most of the time in the video. So I virtually just made videos of where we're camping and the features around the area. So anyway, I hope you like the video that's coming up. If you do, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Cheers. All packed up, ready for 2 people to go to the Cape York. The little bag in there's got bed clothes in, so as soon as I have the first night, that's going to be emptied out and folded up. A few spare parts on the back floor, fuel filters and air filter. Don't need anything else. 2 cartons of water on the back seat. Everything's packed in here for 2 people. This is my camera gear, drone, everything else. So clothes are there. This is all my boxes of food and kitchen stuff and electrical stuff. A little 1-step ladder for me because I'm short. A cooker, 2 solar blankets, and my fishing bag. And there's 2 fishing rods in there as well, 2 collapsible ones. You got my dirty gear bag, but it's full of 2 buckets, an awning, another awning, and the ground sheet for the floor. I've got 2 sets of shoes in here, those wet dry shoes which I wear all the time. Some pegs on this side. That's full of water, drinking water. That's fine. That one's empty at the moment. I'm not filling that up until I probably Cooktown somewhere. And in here you get the 2 swags, 2 chairs and 2 stretchers in there. Everything that was tied to the back wall is still tied to the back wall. The fridge still slides in and out. Still get access to it. I've only got both on 0. I'm not going to I don't want anything on freeze. I don't need anything. We're not going to cook too much. Might want the fridge more than anything. So yeah, the fire blanket and the extinguisher, that's my table up there. The electrical gear's got stuff in there if I want to run power into here and run the fridge on power in case something, battery for dies or something like that. The cord's down there. There's more leads in here and there's more leads in one of the electrical boxes. So that's the second way I can keep the fridge going is with 240 volt. I'm only driving for a couple of hours every day, you can probably handle that. So, next step is to probably get some fuel tomorrow morning before we head off. I've delayed it a day already, as I said, mainly because I picked up a flu, or not a flu, a cold, and I was coughing a bit, plus I had to work yesterday. I was hoping to have the day off, but I had to work. But yeah, so, and on the up there I put another ladder, a little ladder, in case I need it, because as I said, I am short. If I want to reach the max tracks on the roof, I'll probably need that. I don't want to have to climb it up on the spare wheel and up like that. So that's for young people, not for me. But that's it. Still sitting up high, which is good. Gonna ride nice. And yeah, I'm quite keen to go tomorrow. Day 2, Cairns, leaving Cairns. Set up here.
It's quite noticeable. There was a whole bunch of mozzies in the toilet area, you know.
So. And yeah, we're making raisin toast, coffee, and the battery is 72%. It's from 2 o'clock yesterday this morning, so that's the fridge running and the inverter with the sandwich press right on the banks of the creek down there. Supposed to be a platypus in there, but we're all packed up, ready to leave Cairns on the way to Cooktown via the Bloomfield track. Here we are waiting for the ferry at the Daintree River. $29 one way. It's over the other side over there at the moment. Come back with a load of cars and then pick us up. Lionsden Hotel. Okay, What?
The breeze comes.
You know, you worry a lot. I never noticed that.
Sounds like taking a movie at the moment.
Yeah.
And you're going to pick the best.
Yeah.
Nice pussy.
Well, we're at the Hann River. We're at the Hann River Roadhouse, and this is going to be our camp for tonight. We're going to set up later, probably after dinner. Nice big area. This is the unpowered area. Fire pit in the middle, big fire pit. There's a shower block up here under the trees. The toilet block. Well, here we are at the Hann River Roadhouse. Yeah. Wildlife around every area. They got sprinklers on the roof cooling things down. We're only here for the night. But the ferry at the moment to the Jardine River is closed, so we just got to make it there on the 24th. So we might have to spend an extra day somewhere. I'm just going to wander up and have a beer and then some dinner and then head back and set up. It's nice up here, nice and green. The river's down there, Hann River, where there's fishing and crocs. Fuel, we just fueled up. I'm not sure how much I spent on fuel. But yeah, we're going to end up inside. Everybody's arriving. Yeah, so it is what? It's 15:50, so 10 to 4 on a Monday afternoon at Hann River Roadhouse. People over there, boat on the roof, 79 series, big caravan, be very close to GM. Travelling with some people, they got a boat on the roof. There's two cars over there, boats and roofs. We filled up already, so we got a full tank and a 20 litre jerry. We're doing very, very, very good on fuel. The last fill up was 41.17 to go from Cooktown to here, and we got a few detours. We went down a couple of tracks to see a river, and then we went to the Lion's Den and Black Mountain, and then come here. So fuel economy has been excellent on this trip. And I just got another VB by my mate. Yeah, we're at the Hann River Roadhouse camping. I think it's about $15 a night, unpowered. Had dinner there last night. This is the morning. We're heading to Archer River. This is our camp set up. It's probably about 6:15 in the morning. Quite cool up here. Probably about 15 degrees, I suppose, 16. Yeah, coolest night we have had. Just got the red lights on because the insects. Got the boiler on, boiling water. We've got a swag over here, another swag there, and got the shower tent on the back up. Battery's been going really good. Gets down to about 70%, 65%. When we stop and use everything, and then head on to the next place and it's already charged up.
Get the sandwich press ready to toast some raisin toast. Yeah. That's all set up. Hard to see, I suppose. But the up here is the showers, toilets, and further over is up here is where the fuel depot in the cafe. There's a few people here. We were one of the first people to be here, and then probably another 10 people followed us in later in the afternoon. Right on the banks of the Hann River down here. They reckon there's crocs in them in the river, but you can catch big barramundi as well. There's 2 campers over there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 over there. You got the fridge already out with the red light on as well. Dawn shouldn't be too far away. You can see the colours starting to come through.
The road.
We just missed
shining through the windscreen. Yeah, I was hoping to get that little bit of a dip.
Muddy.
Yeah.
Just been watered.
Road's muddy, isn't it? You wouldn't want to stop it there. You'd probably get bogged on the main road.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
There's water running down the gutter.
You can turn it off. I know, I was going to say that all the sides are wet. Like they've had a shower of rain over here. Just push the button once and not. Okay, we're at the Archer River Roadhouse. We're going to camp here for tonight.
as I mentioned maybe, that the ferry at the Jardine is out of action, closed by the Maritime organisation for nearly a month. It's supposed to open back up on the 23rd, and today is the 20th. So hopefully it's going to be open on the time they suggest. But yeah, just had a sandwiches and a drink here for lunch, and we booked in. Caravan park is down there. There is a reception here, but yeah, nice, clean, neat, tidy place.
From here, it almost looks like it says no through road going across the bridge. Well, it's true really, because you can't get across on the ferry.
This is on the old Archer River causeway, and the new bridge that was finished last year. Nice looking place.
Babble, 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 babble. Babble, babble.
I got a babbling friend of babbling. He's 82, so he can understand dribbles as well. And yeah, this is the Archer River. We're looking for crocs, but doubt if you see any. Probably can't swim against the current. Ha ha ha. Joke. Yeah. And you can see the height of the new bridge.
What, past
But it will go under, and looks like there's markers that'll go under 2 metres at least. You can see a marker just up there. And all the approaches are low. So at least they'll be able to sit on the bridge and watch the crocs. Yeah. Yeah, you're 11.6 metres tall.
11.6 metres tall.
Imagine the water being up to 12 metres on a new bridge, which will definitely be under. Looking at Cyclone Nina flood level is 22 of the 1292, the top level, and Cyclone Monica 19 of the 4th 2006. Well, here we are, ready to set up. Big green area here. And there's a barbed wire fence to keep the crocs out, of course. Yeah, I hope no one believes me. This is the campsite in Weipa, right on the banks of the sea or the river, you could say. Low tide, the tide's gone out. No breeze, very humid. The next few days are going to be up in the air. What's happening? Talk about the ferry opening up on the 24th morning. Supposed to be 100 cars there waiting to get across. So anyway, play it by ear, but we probably head on to Bramwell tomorrow and watch the action at the tally track if it's happening. But yeah, that's our camp here at the moment. Sun setting over there. lost a flare. I thought they may, but anyway, you have to put up that until I get home. Okay, we're at Bramwell Junction, Roadhouse. It's got the latest report on the ferry. Ferry doesn't look like it's going to start up till Saturday now. Today's Thursday. We're hoping to get on tomorrow. And there's a big backlog of things, but also it has to be inspected. So it may not even pass inspection tomorrow. So yeah. Yeah, so it doesn't look like it's going to be open. May not even be open on Saturday. Backlog of supposed to be over 100 cars up there and caravans. So generally you don't take a couple of caravans and cars at the same time on it. So yeah, it's probably going to be Sunday before we can get over. And then get up to Punsan Bay and then the Cape. Return on Monday. I was hoping to be home by Thursday at the latest. So at this stage I'm not 100% sure what's going to happen. But more than likely I'm not going to the Cape this year. At this stage I might have a better look at Palm Creek while I'm here and turn around and head back. So it'll take at least 3 days to get back. So it'll be Friday, Saturday, Sunday and Monday. Maybe Monday or Tuesday we'll be back. So yeah, I don't want to be any much later than that. So I wanted to be home by Wednesday or Thursday before. But this is Bramwell Junction Roadhouse with the massive wine entry. Yeah. Big area, big park. We're camped under a shelter at the moment. That's the entrance in there to the driveway. Toilet blocks over there. Fuel houses are over there. Well, yeah, this is one of the termite mounds you find up here. You can see them scattered all over the place. This one has to be, I don't know, 12 foot tall, I suppose. And they always face the one direction because of the rain, I believe, and the heating and cooling. They can heat and cool the termite mould, from what I understand. But yeah, this is, as I said, a Bramwell Junction Roadhouse. You can go to Bramwell Station. That was back 6 or 7 kilometres back along there, the road in. This is the road in here, and we're going up, and that will take you up to the Cape that way. Over there is where the Tallycrap starts. But I'm only going to go to Palm Creek tomorrow and have a bit of a look and see what it is. No point in going on, I don't think, because of the ferry. I'll make a point of coming back up here another day, probably by myself. But yeah, and that's what it looks like. There's a few people rocking in now, probably to do the teletrack tomorrow, I'd say. They drop their boats and trailers off and do the teletrack with our boats and trailers and caravans. But it's not for me. Nice place. They don't have any meals. The trouble is, no one's got anything up here. The last few places I had, they've got nothing. Lions then didn't even have bloody milk, full cream milk. They had almond milk, so we had to have almond milk. or soy milk. Which one's the worst? But yeah, I had a pie for lunch up here, and sandwiches, and a beer. I'm going to go back and finish packing up. But yeah, and have another couple of beers, I think, and have a good think about what's going to happen in the next day or two. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do, I think. Head back tomorrow. Yeah, here at Bramwell Junction Roadhouse, they got shelters scattered around, and you can use them. You can actually camp inside them if you want. The camping area goes way back over there, right around there, and the toilet block is up here. That's the road in, down through here. That's the road back to Cairns, and that's the road on to Cape York. And I've got mates that say, he said he's swag up inside the shoulder, he's keen. Got several hours to do it. I wanted to get some video making before I do that. But yeah, it's not a bad place, nice and green here. Road was dusty. The road to Weipa and back, very dusty. I'm going to change the pre-filter on my snorkel today, now, and have it ready for tomorrow. But yeah, very dusty road. Plus the dips are washed out, some of them, and we followed about 5 trucks with about 6 dogs behind, so we were way behind them with heaps of dust. They're doing about 40 kilometres an hour. But yeah, tonight we'll probably just go up and have a few beers and maybe another pie or something like that. But yeah. You can see the mud all over the car from the red dirt and everything else. Floster's flare, I got it, still got it, but can't put it back on, so that'll have to go on when I get home. So I'm going to change that sock over there, it's getting really dirty, and give it a fresh one. Haven't got anything to clean it, so I'll have to clean it when I go home. Yeah, when I went onto the dirt roads, I got to the Hann River. There's only 7 kilometres of dirt getting to Hann River. It wasn't a bad road. The worst road was between Mulgrove's Roadhouse and Cohen. Bad road. Thick bull dust, corrugations, washouts. Yeah, bends everywhere, cattle all over the road everywhere, but that's normal up that way. But yeah, that was the worst section of road, and the road to Weipa wasn't crash hot, but it was not bad, but it was probably the second worst. I used those pre-filters on my snorkel, and the pre-filters worked excellent. I changed it when I got to Bramwell Station Roadhouse. Bramwell Roadhouse, and it was dirty, very dirty, the outside of it. So I changed it. I didn't have anything to clean it with, so I had a packet of 3, so I put a second one on, and that stayed on until I got off the dirt road, completely off, and I pulled it off then. When I come home, I had to get 2 stone chips fixed. One I got previously and one I got up there. And then I wanted to get a wheel alignment done, but they couldn't do the wheel alignment. 2 of them, the tie rod ends are worn a bit, but not from the cape. They're just worn from age. You couldn't feel it in the car, but they just had to be replaced. The mechanic had a look at the air filter. He said it was perfect. Very little dust, not even a speck, hardly a speck of dust in there. So the pre-filters really do work well. I can't stress that enough. If you're going up there, get some of those pre-filters and put them on. Especially the bull dust, you can't even see in front of you. You've got to slow down and stop, even though you're doing 40.
But yeah, the Baldas is thick when you're following trucks. And there's several places where I followed trucks. You're doing say 60 on a dirt road. The trucks are doing 40, so it doesn't take long to catch up with them. You might do 70, I suppose, was the top speed I did on most of the dirt roads. Didn't want to do any more because of the washouts. They come up frequently. Some of them are warnings, like dips. But yeah, there's some of the washouts. But the dirt road, all in all, was as good as a bitumen road, I feel. And it was quite good to drive on. The road from the Weipa turnoff to the tip, it's like a sidetrack. it's not like a main road. It's like a sidetrack. It's marked, but it looks like it's a side road. It's not the development road. But yeah, I don't know. It's not called that. It's called something else. But yeah. Just letting everybody know that, yeah, but those pre-fillers really do work. Everybody was pleasant up that way. Maybe not Mulgrave. I didn't have a good experience there. They wouldn't help me too much when I knew I'd lost my phone and I couldn't call. They wouldn't call for me. Eventually got somebody to ring up that was there, and I found out it was up at Archer River, so I had to go back. But that's the only thing. I didn't want to stay at Mulgrave then because of that reason.